I'm a big fan of like agility classes in like pretty much any RPG. I'm a big fan of like rogues, and I played the first character I played heavily in World of Warcraft was a rogue. I'm just very much all about stealthy, sneaky classes, and I played I forget what it's called. Basically, the rogue robot, the infiltrator in or the operative in Star Wars: The Old Republic. So I don't know. That's just the kind of class I like to play.
My quarry must be near.
My quarry must be near. So the two classes that I started with so far, the first class I went with was a monk, which I was attracted to because of like the sort of combo flow it has that they were like showing off in the trailers and the previews and stuff. And then of course I'm gonna go with the Demon Hunter next as the other like agility class. There aren't really like stealth classes in Diablo. It's not that sort of game, but there are, you know, like glass cannon physical classes, which is that's kind of a good descriptor. It's not really totally accurate, but close enough. They're the agility classes basically. Although it's dexterity in this game, they call it dexterity. So I got a shrine here. There are shrines again from from Diablo 2. That'll increase my attack speed by 25%. It seems that whatever they buff, it's always by 25%. So I don't know. I guess they decided to streamline it a bit more, kind of give it a little bit less deviation in between shrines, because like some of the every shrine that I've seen gives a 25% bonus to something or other. I don't really know if there's anything else like I remember there's like a mana regen shrine, for example, in Diablo 2. I don't know if there's anything like this. Sorry bro, you're dead. Sweet money. I'm glad you died, or else I would be 7 gold poorer. What's behind door number 3? These fat blob guys, pretty creepy. Whenever you kill them, they explode into smaller monsters. Like right now, it's these corpse worms, but if you go a bit further into the game, you start to see they'll explode into like imps or something. So it's always something a little different. Alright, so it's pretty interesting. You know, I forgot I've been wanting to see how this trap works exactly. I know it doesn't make sense for caltrops to work against flying enemies, but let's see. Yes, it does. Okay. Does it deal... Doesn't really seem to deal any damage. It just impedes their movement, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, all it does is slow. It doesn't deal any damage. Alright, it's kind of interesting. Got some clubs. Excuse me. Chilling in the club, sipping on some bud. Explosion. Yeah, they always explode. That's just growth. That is growth. That's really cool how there's like a chain effect going, like a sort of like a evil shadow chain going between everything. Taking some damage here. Gathering sash. Fuck yes. I haven't even looked at any of the gear I've picked up. So gathering sash, well, whatever it is, it's better than what I got. Increases gold and health pickup by 2 yards, which is gold in this game. You don't actually have to click it anymore. You may recall if you played Diablo 2 that basically every piece of gold you saw you had to click to pick up, which fucking blew. Actually, it was really a huge pain in the dick. And especially because gold wasn't really worth much in Diablo. There really wasn't that much you could do with money. So a lot of times you just wouldn't even bother to pick it up. So they've both increased the value of gold and they made it easier to pick up because all you have to do is run over it. And there's this this new stat that you can have on your armor where it'll pick up from further. Ooh, smash something with that chandelier. Yeah, they're like there are traps, like environmental traps in just hanging around the dungeons and stuff now. Oh, sorry, I bumped my mic. That you can use against your enemies, which is pretty cool. Okay, nothing really here. What was that? Boots. All right, I'll take that. What are you guys doing? Stop eating that dude. Not cool. Ah, I don't actually. You can't. to be hurt. I decided to do a little test for science earlier to see if you could be hurt by the falling traps, but you can't, which is pretty convenient. Probably would have added a little bit of a layer of complication to it, which I would have liked actually, but I guess it makes sense because if you're partying with other people, I am just doing the single player just because I don't feel like dealing with other people. I'm trying to showcase the game. And I actually haven't tested it out yet, so I don't know how good or how functional the multiplayer is in the beta, with all the servers being all out of whack and stuff. But I'm sure if you were to be playing with other people and somebody wanted to troll, they could just like drop a load of rocks in your head and just be an asshole. So I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't do that. But I'm not complaining too much. It's a small little thing, so it doesn't really bother me either way. You do get these cool little so accolades. Like I would compare them to like the certain kind of awesome kills you would get in like Halo and stuff. If you were to or like medals you would get in like Call of Duty or Battlefield, where if you kill a certain amount of people in a certain amount of time, it'll like pop up and say something. They have a lot of those little accolades that aren't really achievements, but every time you get one in Diablo, you get an experience boost, which is pretty cool. And there are achievements in this game. They do all the Battle.net achievements going on, or Battle.net, I guess they just call it. The Battle.net achievements. Which is, I mean, I like achievements. I couldn't really see myself achievement hunting in the Diablo game, but you never know. I am something of an achievement hunter. I'm kind of a sucker for that shit. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do anything, but like I like it. There's probably like some like minor gear or like cosmetic awards or something. I don't know. Yeah, I like this. I like the slowing shot. I think I'm gonna stick with that. I think I ended up doing the same thing on the monk. I ended up using my second ability. Now your abilities get upgraded like one at a time as you level up. Like sometimes when you level up, rather than getting a new ability, you'll get an upgrade to one of your existing abilities. And what happened was I got my first ability on the monk, and then I got my second ability, and then I got an upgrade to my first ability. So it was like, well, do you want the upgraded version of your first ability or your newer ability? And I think even then I ended up sticking with my second ability over my first. Especially after I got the upgraded version of my second ability, which was fucking awesome because, I mean, the basic attack for a monk is just like punches. And the first one was kind of like an AoE, but you had to be point blank. The second one was like, it gave you a range basically. It like a shockwave would come off of all of your basic attacks, which was really cool. And I like that a lot, especially because the shockwave could pierce enemies and hit multiple that were like standing in a row. So that was very cool. And I decided to take the upgraded version of that, which gave it like an AoE, so that there would be three shockwaves coming off of each punch and kick in a cone.
My name is BlackLightAttack, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Oh shit. That guy had to do some crazy shit. What's that guy's name? Leoric, it said? Leoric, what is that? Was that a character in a previous Diablo? Because that name sounds really familiar. I think the king's name is Lazarus, which is just, I think a common, not a common, but I think it was a biblical name. I forget. But yeah, the king that they're talking about was corrupted by Diablo, and you guys will see where that goes. I'm gonna, as you explore this cathedral, you start to get that guy's you start to pick up like his journal entries, and it starts to slowly unveil the story of why he had to kill his king, even though he said he loved him. You said you loved me, baby. Why you fucking stab me in the chest with a sword? So yeah, that's where we gotta go down there, but we can't, honestly, we can't jump or anything. They did add a pretty cool little bit where flying monsters will now actually caltrops. Ha! Fuck you guys. they added a cool little bit where flying enemies will actually not be affected by like those drops and stuff. Like they don't have to abide by, you know, ground-based impediments. They can just impediments. I don't know. They can just fly over that shit, which is you know, it didn't make any sense to watch a bird go down, or like an imp with wings have to fly down like a spiral set of stairs in Diablo 2. You know, it didn't make any sense, but they have fixed that. They did have some enemies that weren't affected by that, like the ghosts, but that was because they could also walk through walls, I think, which made it a lot easier to like program, I guess. So rapid fire, hold your ground and continually fire a stream of arrows, overthrowing one fuck you knife right at somebody's face. Okay. So that's kind of like... Oh, baby! Rambo! Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, yeah. Rakakakaka.